Okay, let's see.
Michelle Obama is a man, according to UFC fighter Josh Hogan, who decided to win his match and get on stage and embarrass United States of America 250 years as we celebrate. Look, I think we all can agree that most of us think in our heads that Michelle Obama might be a man. All right, I will go even farther to say that some of us say that might have been funny. However, the question is it appropriate? And no, it was not appropriate at all. We are there to celebrate United States of America, okay? Look, we all can say that Obama is one of the top 10 worst presidents of the United States of
Much
America.
better, guys. Apologize on that.
We all regret voting for Obama. We all would say that he was the start of dismantling this country. Listen, most of us disagree with his policy.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, the man was president. And we're there to celebrate America 250 years. Unfortunately, the man was president. Unfortunately, Michelle Obama was for.
Right. It was funny to me, you know what I'm saying? But some people say that he shouldn't have said that because, it's based on America coming together and celebrating. And I kind of agree with that in a way. It was inappropriate. It wasn't the time for it. It was about being unified, unity, and by him saying that, it's causing division, that's not cool. We want division. We want unity. So I get it, man. He had his moment, but we shouldn't let that distract us from anything, because if we all make fun of each other, they keep on saying President Trump is a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? There's the evidence of him being that. They just got his name in the files. That's it. On the real, that's crazy. Let me set this stuff up. That shit crazy. Amazing. Apologize about the audio. I don't know what the heck happened. That's the first time that ever happened. It goes out like that. No audio on a cell phone. I'll see if I had water damage or something. I gotta delete it. Again, good morning, everybody. I'm glad you guys in the chat, man. On the real. Yeah, I mean, like, if he was at the UFC fight, doing his thing at the UFC fight at that location, say all you wanted to say. But at that time wasn't the time. Other than that, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? First Amendment. On the Trump all the time. Pictures of Trump with depiction 8 face on him and calling him a pedophile. We all make fun of each other, but it's time and place for everything. On the real. But let me finish it right quick. I'm glad you guys back in the chat. Thank you. I got plenty. I got so far only 3 of. I got to get more. We're gonna get some more hats, man. Stop playing around. I gotta get some more. Only got 3. I'm gonna get the black and yellow and the navy blue and white one. I gotta get those 2. Check this out. One more time I'll play this because the first time y'all didn't hear it.
Michelle Obama is a man, according to UFC fighter Josh Hogan, who decided to win his match and get on stage and embarrass.
Static while wearing my hat? No, I don't get no static. No static at all. I live in Illinois. I live in Rockford. No problems.
United States of America 250 years as we celebrate. Look, I think we all can agree that most of us think in our heads.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. Everybody would be victims, man. We are too old to be victims.
Some of us say that might have been funny. However, the question is it appropriate? And no, it was not appropriate at all. We are there to celebrate the United States of America, okay? Look, we all can say that Obama is one of the top 10 worst presidents of the United States of America. We all can say that we all regret voting for Obama.
And not only just that, once again, it's just crazy how they was cool with the trans women and men being at the White House with their shirts off around the kids, but call Obama men now is an uproar. The hypocrisy, man, with the left is amazing. Biden had all them rainbow flags, everything everywhere. They said a trans woman is a woman. They said that. So they said a trans woman is a woman, but of course the outrage is about Michelle Obama, but it's cool. Let's continue.
I would say that he was the start of dismantling this country. Listen, most of us disagree with his policies, but at the end of the day, the man was president, and we're there to celebrate America 250 years. Unfortunately, the man was president. Unfortunately, Michelle Obama was first lady. You have to think logically, not emotionally. It's not about blue side or red side. It's about that this country was formed because you best believe China, Russia, okay, Africa, they all looking at this event right now. Oh my God, they so weak. They so weak. Why do you think China keeps sending these sleeper cells and having these sleeper agents come over here and build it? Because they know we weak. Because we say things like this. That was unnecessary, man. What frustrates me about this the most is that you said this in front of Donald Trump. As you already know, the man has been receiving the most negative hate. Now you giving libtards even more fuel. You ain't no conservative.
That's what we don't want to do. Give these libtard Democrats any fuel to cause any division. Period.
Conservative, man, because no real conservative would have done this. Because a real conservative would have put that country first before their own opinion. You there trying to be funny, man. I didn't like that. You trying to be funny, and this is a serious situation. We there to celebrate. We're there to see gladiators, all right? Just 3 years ago, Joe Biden and them had Fruity Pebbles dancing across the line. This year, under Donald Trump reign, we have gladiators fighting, and you there playing games and shit. Man, like you a meathead, man. You a meathead. Embarrassment to this country.
My man Ed be going off, you guys. You ain't playing around.
As we all know, the World Cup is happening right now. I got a question for you. How is it that after a match, after your competitive energies happen, how is it that Japan can treat America better than the New York Knicks fans can treat New York? How is it that the Japanese knows how to fold their clothes and be cleanly?
Yeah, not be dusty.
Some people say it's next to godliness.
Facts. So what he's talking about and what I talked about in the timeline before, it's a different type of culture.
Yeah, I heard about that drone situation. Angelo, good morning, man. Good morning. Ricky Clark, good morning, everybody.
This is kind of the same reason why people, when Americans go to other people's country, they come back and say they don't like Americans because we are very cantankerous, very dirty people sometimes. Like we want to think that we don't like the when in Rome kind of situation, right? So these people have better social discipline. That's one. Two, they understand that mindfulness is part in Japan. Mindfulness is part of not only their lawfulness, but it's also part of their like daily lives. Like we move aside, we all have a social mindfulness of everybody in society. They're not like super woke and liberal, but they're just like, I'm not gonna, if I see a trash can right there and I got trash, I'm just gonna walk over and put in trash. Just the simple pleasantries of certain things and being clean and wiping down stuff. In America, we had to wait for COVID for us to start wiping down the grocery belt. Wake it up, man. We've been dirty. America's a dirty ass place, bro. America's dirty. Some attitudes that we have here are dirty and very animalistic, tribalistic type of shit. I'm not saying that America's bad. I love our country. I'm an American. Shout out to America, you know what I'm saying? But let's be real, because if I'm gonna be real about black culture, let's be real about American culture. Let's wake it up, gang. Not to mention, other people come to this country country and become successful because they have strong culture and they bring their culture here, and they also acclimatize to our culture to a degree, but they bring their culture here and they study the American financial system and make wealth. Hence why Asians are doing the best in America, because they have strong culture that they migrate. There are people, when they migrate, they bend their culture. It's the same reason why we have the most richest man in America right now is literally a fucking immigrant in Elon Musk. Let's wake it up in the comments. Let me know if I'm cooking. Shiesty Nurse has clocked in. Now I'm clocking out. Please like, share, subscribe, and share this video to fight the algorithm. Let's spread some truth. Shiesty Nurse clocking out.
No, what he's saying, I get what he's saying. Like the Knicks had won, and guess what happened? The Knicks won. They trashed New York, man. That's stupid as hell. And it happened years ago when we had Jordan. They trashed Chicago up. It was like, how y'all trash the city for celebration? That's stupid as hell. Go start dancing, throw a barbecue, you know, have a good time. But destroying New York or Chicago based on a championship, winning, that's stupid as hell. I see you guys lost and you tore it apart, but you guys won. The fuck? It's amazing. Amazing. Got some more stuff for you guys. Appreciate it. I got another one, Iron Man and Spider-Man. So on my arm, my nickname in Chicago is Iron Man. I like both those characters. I got Spider-Man on me too. Yep.
And the only thing they heard was Watermelon Fella. Mind you, it is funny. But if this were me, if this happened to me, if that was my son, it would be extremely hard for me not to be racist. And I'm not calling him racist. But after seeing how y'all acted with me trying to close the gap, after witnessing how you were willing to, for a moment, knowing that a life was lost, it would be really hard for me not to be racist.
Oh, there was no black jurors. You know why? Because you can't be unbiased, you dumb If you answer the question, I can't send a black man to jail because he's black, you're not getting on the jury. You're so unintelligent, you can't even fill out a form correctly. You don't even know who your daddy is because 78% of you don't have your father in the home anymore. You got baby mamas running around with 8 kids so they can get EBT cards to feed you all. You think I'm being racist? No, I'm being real. Because they ain't only black.
This man finna cook, you guys. It's my other post I was telling you about. Cook, you guys ever heard it before? He finna cook a little bit. It's a longer video of this, probably like 12 minutes long or something like that. But he finna cook. This man is hurt, man. This man literally came to the press conference saying, hey, let's pray and let's come together. He wanted unity. But the Metcalf, the Carmelo Anthony family wanted money and greed. And then they had a plea deal. They took the plea deal down because they kept the plea deal. Ain't no more money coming. So these guys said, let's go ahead and start using the race BS. Let's call color racism. That's stupid as hell. And you got people online saying the Metcalf family was bullies, they racist. They're not gonna stab somebody. Period. Carmelo had time to go in his bag, unfold the knife, and you know what I'm saying, stab somebody. If he had that much time to do all that, he had time to walk away. Period. Now for them to debunk this BS saying he got jumped, because the spokesman that was for the family, he said he didn't see no in the video that he got jumped. He said there was commotion going on, but he didn't see nobody getting jumped. Him and this lady. I'm gonna let the father finish his conversation, and I'm gonna go to the conversation about Carmelo wasn't jumped in the video. That people keep on saying they seen it. Period. It didn't happen like that. How they say
White
it.
people do the same. I'll call them out just as hard as I'll call you out. Anybody who doesn't work, who wants free government handouts, who wants to live in a socialistic society, move to Russia. And normally, I don't normally attack people like this, but I have been cooped up and caged up and
this anger, and this is something I'm trying to work on. I need to develop it and funnel it into a more constructive way. But tonight is the one time I'm going to allow myself. It's okay. Tonight I'm going to allow myself to say what I really want to say. Because most of the time I don't say what I want to say because it's not correct. Just because you think something doesn't mean you believe it. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it wrong.
Hello.
Doesn't make it a fact.
But the sad part about all of this is the only thing you heard was Watermelon Fella. That's what you hung on to.
Right. Then Mr. Party said, I came to the press conference asking forgiveness.
And I am keeping him in my prayers. He's been through a lot.
Let me blow this up for you guys. Look at this. This is a Democrat. Look at the Democrat. But they keep on calling us Nazis because we MAGA, American First people. We want less government and free market capital. This is the Democrat Party right there for you guys. BS. On the real. Here you go, guys. Here you go. I'm going to blow it up.
See that. So I was wondering if you guys saw, people were saying that they were able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
It's not, I didn't see that with that video. No. I didn't see him. I didn't see him getting jumped. Oh, you know what I mean? Like I saw movement over there. I saw that there was multiple people around him, but I didn't see. He was getting. You know what I mean? Like the altercation. No.
It'd be straight chaos if Trump didn't win. If Trump didn't win, it'd be straight chaos. 250 years, we'll be divided, but we won't be united. We got this.
People were saying that they were able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
No.
Damn. There you go.
No, it's not. I didn't see that with that video. No. I didn't see him. I didn't see him getting jumped. Oh, you know what I mean? Like.
Y'all hear that? He didn't see that. But everybody else keep on saying they seen it. I don't get it. This man's with the family. He's with the family. But everybody keep on saying they seen the tape 4K. And then they were saying that the tape they showed in the courtroom was bogus. But yet this man was right here all the time. And he said he didn't see none of that. And then think about it, everybody. Camelo said he put his hand on me. I did what I did. He didn't say I got jumped. He didn't say it was multiple people. He just said one person touched him and he did what he did in reaction. So how everybody keep on making up this BS about him being jumped? These people out here want division. That's stupid because you see color of black. I'm with them. I'm going to stand with them. No, I stand for righteousness. If you wrong, you wrong. Send your ass to jail for a long time. I believe in righteousness, man. Simple. I don't see color. I see right and wrong, you know? So let them finish right quick.
I saw movement over there. I saw that there was more people around him, but I didn't see, he was getting, you know what I mean? Like the altercation, no.
Oh, people were saying that they were able to see.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad Elon Musk took over Twitter because we need common sense back. Check this out. Look at that, chat. They hate Trump as a felon, but they love these two guys. You know what I'm saying? The bank said the man was cool. But these guys literally, come on, y'all. Y'all see it, the hypocrisy. And look at this trash right here. Look at Julia Robinson.
Just to talk about Renee Nicole Good. Yeah.
So this is what the Democrat Party had during Trump's birthday party and all that stuff. And they're gonna bring up Renee Good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she shouldn't have been there, period. She's gonna drop her son off, and for 3 minutes, she's gonna block traffic, her and her whatever you want to call. And the man said leave, and she drives and hit the man. That's crazy. So they want to bring this BS up. The ICE is doing their thing. Everything's quiet about ICE. You don't hear nothing about ICE. No rain about ICE. It's quiet. And then you got this doggone Julia Roberts want to get up there and bring up a criminal as if she was out there innocent. No. She was in her car and she drove and hit the officer. And they said, hey, get out the car. She trying to drive off. So now you fleeing. So she had left. Let's say she didn't hit the officer and she had left. Guess what had happened? They would have got her ass. They would have chased her ass down. Like, hey, go get her. Go get them plates. She filed. For 3 minutes, she honking her horn. They blowing whistles, blocking traffic for the illegals. These people don't want to, they don't care about America. If they care about America, these illegals, they would have came the right way. Cross the border the right way. They come in here bogus as hell. You breaking the law already coming in. That's stupid. And then this whole Jim Crow 2.0, it's not for us Americans. It's for the illegals. They can't get their merchant license in certain paperwork because they don't belong here. We good. I got my ID, passport. I'm pretty sure you guys got it. He's talking about these illegals. That's crazy. Let's go ahead and finish. You know what I'm saying? Continue.
Renee Nicole Good is not a symbol.
Right.
She is an American woman, a queer woman who is doing the very best she could do to be good in an unjust world.
Oh, cool. How big of a check did you get to talk about Renee Nicole Good? Because it's convenient timing. You know, people had simmered down when it came to ICE and what was happening at all of these detention centers. But now here you are bringing up Renee Nicole Good again. And I didn't realize their best foot forward was them attempting to flatten federal agents and police officers. Explain that. And that woman had enrolled her child in a school that was teaching activism. And by the way, whatever happened?
Right, we need the best and the brightest.
Is that school still operating, still telling their parents and their children how to go out and impede on a federal investigation? It must be nice being in your cushy mansion with your security, with your private drivers. You don't have to worry about the things we do. You don't have to worry about unvetted people walking around the streets. But yeah, like I said, convenient timing. We all see what you're trying to do. The midterms are coming up. You guys need chaos in order to win an election. And now, conveniently, ICE and all of the chaos, the Delaney Hall bullshit is in the news cycle again. So, of course, here you are trying to stir shit up. Is anybody else really sick of these celebrities getting up here and making statements like this? They have no idea what it's like to be a normal American, and they don't have to worry about the consequences of allowing a bunch of unvetted people into this country. Let me know.
Amazing, you guys.
Biden White House invited. This was the grotesque display on the White House lawn 3 years ago. The Biden White House invited trans activists onto the front lawn to flash everybody in attendance, including children. They displayed a demonic flag and worshipped various deviant sexual practices. There was no reverence for America at all because these people hate America. When you compare these images from 2023 to the scene outside the White House yesterday, it looks like we won a major war of some kind. It's like we overthrew an occupying force that was intent on indoctrinating us and undermining our will to live and subjecting our children to horrific displays of sexual perversion. I mean, no matter what issues you may have with this administration, this is an unequivocal victory for civilization. Those freaks are gone. They're in full retreat. Nobody cares about their dumb gay Pride Month anymore. Not even the corporations. This is our government now and our culture. This was the grotesque display on the White House lawn 3 years ago. The Biden White House.
Oh, yeah.
They've got niggas coming out the jungle to say dumb shit.
And right off the bat, man, free Carmelo. Straight up. I don't give a fuck about no white lives. All lives don't matter over here. Because on the daily, we get killed. And ain't nobody got shit to say. But when one of ours is protecting themselves.
Yeah, America, we gotta do better, man. Al Sharpton, Black Lives Matter, Kamala Harris. Nobody was out there, you know what I'm saying, when it came to this anti-situation. They all quiet. The ambulance chaser, Ben Crump. What happened? This shit crazy, man. All lives matter. I understand how this guy get a chance to go viral because he's stupid as hell what he's saying. Period.
They get ambushed. They get threats. They get all of this. Fuck that cracker. We smoking on that Austin Pat pussy. Like,
what the fuck is this filter? Like one of James Brown's lost kids. This entire week has been a PR disaster for black people. Where the fuck are you niggas spawning at? Listen, niggas, we don't free criminals.
Right, it's nigga fatigue, not black fatigue. It's nigga fatigue. That shit's stupid.
We free prisoners of war and slaves. Everybody that's black in America should be supporting Carmelo Anthony getting the death penalty rather than 35 years. Because niggas like Carmelo Anthony kill black kids over the dumbest shit every fucking day. If you're defending pieces of shit like Carmelo Anthony, you're defending all the murder and crime in our community over the dumbest shit every day. Fuck Carmelo Anthony. And even more, fuck his family. Do better, niggas.
Damn.
It ain't safe for none of you white folks to come out this weekend.
And the white problem that we have. Too many of us believe that we can be friends with the enemy. We are surrounded by enemies.
No, we're going to stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs. When it comes to revolution, it's been a part of my fucking life.
Don't stay woke, stay strapped. I am a separatist. Officially a separatist.
If we had segregation still, none of this would have happened.
Y'all on the internet talking about y'all can't stab somebody because somebody pushes you. Bitch, why the fuck not?
If it goes down out in these streets, then all your poor little white boys that are in Tennessee. I'm just saying though, we want all the smoke. I'm just saying.
The whole America is gonna have to be like taken down and restarted because that's just what it's based on.
So the next time you see a white person, just
I love everybody, even my enemies. That's what the Bible says. Love all.
Realize the dilemma. 90% of you motherfuckers out there talking that shit ain't old enough to been done experience shit and ain't got the heart to go out and do nothing. Or you wouldn't just be online talking shit. Because the motherfucker that's going to do something ain't going to get online and talk about it. Niggas want to always talk about how white people did this or white people is hanging them or white people is killing them. There is more niggas killing niggas. You see fights, turn shit up, shoot the motherfuckers. More niggas kill niggas than anybody on the planet. So white folks could stop killing niggas, and at the end of the day, niggas will still disappear because niggas can't stop killing niggas. Them are fucking facts. White people could go to a whole nother place. Lady said about segregation, if you segregated your ass, niggas can't get along with normal black folks or anybody. So niggas would motherfucking end up dead anyway because normal black folks get tired of niggas too. And you know what? We can carry and conceal legally. So fuck your feelings. Y'all motherfuckers are shooting like this and talking your shit and need 10, 15 motherfuckers to fight one or two dudes. Y'all the bitches. Y'all the Uncle Toms. Y'all the sellouts. And the bad thing is, you talk about you got all this money. You can go buy a motherfucking broke-ass $500 Swatch AP. Why don't you go buy you a plane ticket, take your bitch ass somewhere else? Because a lot of motherfuckers would appreciate that. You talk about you want segregation, segregate your ass from the United States.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, this generation, I don't understand how they keep on talking about back then and there and white man, this and that. We didn't live back then and that. We didn't. I never experienced anything like that. I've been called nigga by black people more than anything on the planet. Not one white person or other race called me that. Only us, my kind. That's stupid as hell, man. I'm sick and tired of this generation. Like I said, keep going back to the past. We never experienced that. the Jim Crow, the fire hose being sprayed on you, dogs attacking on you, none of that. I understand how we get past emotions for future emotions. We didn't live back then and now. I wish it never happened. But everybody want to keep on living in the past. That's the problem. Let the past go. Learn from the past and move forward. Period. Oh man, Humboldt Park. There's a division in Kedzie. It's a red truck over there be selling tacos. Man, they got the best tacos to me in the world. I've been in Mexico, but that truck got the best tacos to me on Division in Kedzie, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, rate went up, man. On the real. And that's crazy. I don't see how people understand that every blue city and state is all corrupt. People say, the red states, but you don't hear that much about the red states tripping like the blue states and the cities are. Yep. And then the thing about it is, too, people that was on the EBT, all their benefits, you know what I'm saying, they had it. They had it sweet. You let the illegals come in and flood it. And now, y'all forget, now y'all got to go to work. You know, you can't buy no sugary drinks. You got to go to work and no more sugar for you guys. That's crazy. Because you want the illegals in here. That's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? I believe in EBT for the people that needs it. Hell yeah. But if you're an able-bodied person able to walk and dance and twerk and all that shit, get off the fucking stamps, man. Get a job. Get this money. They mad at the government taking take away the sugary drinks and Red Bulls. If you get a job, the government can't tell you what you can and can't buy. On the real. Yeah, was it Roosevelt that introduced the welfare and the black people jumped on it? And that's how the party supposed to have switched. They wanted something for free. And that's what happened. The party never switched. It's the people that switched. Goofy shit. I'm gonna keep on giving you guys different stuff.
I'm done pretending that any of this bull makes sense.
This post is going viral, and I'll tell you, this guy's right.
So sick and tired of hearing about privilege. Privilege isn't being white. Privilege is living in government housing and calling people oppressors while they pay your bills. Get it? I'm done pretending that any of this bull makes sense. You want to talk about privilege? You want to talk about real privilege? Real privilege is wearing $200 sneakers when you haven't worked a day in your life. Privilege is walking around with $300 Beats headphones while you're living on food stamps, while you're on public assistance, and it's paid for by people who wake up and grind every day. Privilege is having the latest smartphone with unlimited data and having zero idea where the bill goes because somebody else is always picking up the tab. Privilege is being able to protest every little thing that offends you without worrying about calling in sick to work because you don't have a job. Privilege is being able to cheat, lie, fail over and over again in life and still get bailed out while people who play by the rules get punished. That's privilege. This isn't about race. This isn't about class. This is about accountability. We've got a culture that rewards victimhood and demonizes work ethic and responsibility. Meanwhile, the people holding everything together for the rest of society, they get taxed into the ground. Their businesses get choked by regulation, and they get personally vilified for speaking up and saying that this is full. You want to talk about privilege? Then start with the people who've never paid the price, but who also scream the loudest. Because they've never had to build anything. They've never had to defend anything. They've never had to carry any real weight. And the reason they get away with it, it's because we don't live in a society of strong men anymore. No. That's been dismantled on purpose over the last 50 years. Because a society of strong men would never put up with any of this bull. And that's exactly why they came after us first.
Pretty powerful. Thank you, Dallas J. Wicker, for speaking the truth.
Yep, speaking the truth. We are growing, guys. We are growing. Almost at 2100, you guys. Almost there. Like, share, and subscribe, everybody, if you don't mind.
Carmelo Anthony. The fact that you didn't sit down, and I want you to understand that what I'm about to say, I literally mean it with everything in me. Stephen A. Smith is a danger to the black community. Let me say it again. Stephen A. Smith is a danger to the black community because all he cares about is being controversial, and it's always at the expense of black people. And I believe that people who are retired from sports should only be allowed to speak on sports. Because I truly don't believe that someone like Stephen A. Smith has the ability.
No problem, Miss Sunny. Thank you guys. Thank you. You know, I'm here with you guys. I'm learning with you guys. On the real. Let's grow. Keep on learning, loving each other.
To think critically and do deep digging when he's reporting on something. Hence his stance on Carmelo Anthony. The fact that you didn't sit down and understand that the testimonies that were given on behalf of Austin Metcalf were inconsistent. The fact that you keep saying that he should have just fought him when they're twice his size, and their father has shown us openly that he does not like black folks. The fact that you can see what continues to happen to black boys and black men in our nation, where they are being found unalive and nobody can account for what happened to them, and they immediately rule it a self-unaliving.
What?
And you thought he should have just sat there and waited for it to happen? The way we see this trial play out.
Thank you.
There is so much inconsistency, and this one knows that one. You don't think that they would have done something?
I go live Monday through Thursday in the morning. I work the weekend shift. If I need to go live as much as I need to, I will. I appreciate you guys.
To that young man, and then turned around and told us that he did it to himself? If you want to be a lap dog, do that.
Thank you.
But don't bring
Dustin.
black
Thank you,
people
Dustin.
into conversations that you're not equipped to have. You don't have the ability to hang in there with the big dogs. It's okay to just shh.
Boy. So, you got to continue our coverage of the fallout from the Carmelo Anthony trial, the verdict, Carmelo Anthony being found guilty of murdering Austin Metcalf and a track meet in cold blood. Now, the pro-blackity blacks are still coping with the reality that Carmelo is guilty of murder and that he's going to be doing, at the very least, 17 and a half years in prison. Hopefully he does all 35 years. He's lucky he didn't get more, okay? And,
thank you. We're growing.
He's continuing to make up lies about what happened, despite the fact that all of the evidence was presented at the trial. The video was presented at the trial, but yet race hustlers like Willie D just continue to lie to his audience for money. And at this point, it's almost comical because it's like, if you don't realize that this guy is lying to you, right, for money, I don't know what to tell you. But then again, you know, we're dealing with people who are very low IQ, right? There's a reason why individuals like Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, the most prominent race hustlers in the country have stayed away from this case. Yeah, they stayed away from it because they know that they don't have a real case, okay? And you look very, very, very stupid lying about this case and making up what happened in order to defend Carmelo, the defending murderer, simply because he's black. But again, Willie D has decided that he's going to pander to the lowest of IQ black people. And yeah, that's what we're seeing here.
According to reports, Austin was the catalyst for the fight because Austin threw the first punch, not push.
Now, chat, I just showed you guys in the video that what that guy name is that was the spokesman for the Carmelo Anthony family. Him and the lady in the video both said they didn't see nobody fighting. Nobody got jumped. So where will V come from? This dude got like, what, 1 million followers? Straight sending people off, man. That's crazy how negative can get blown up real fast and positive stuff get suppressed. That's bogus as hell.
Punch. The people say they watched the video. They say you can see Austin clearly delivering a haymaker.
What video did Willie D see? How he see a video that's nobody's seen his video, only in court? What is he talking about?
Carmelo. Also, They said Carmelo fell to the ground and he reached back and grabbed a utility knife. You know, they said this really is not a knife. It was like a, you know, the multi-purpose device that they have. It have a, you know, it has a knife. It'll have a knife, screwdriver, corkscrew, flashlight.
See, this is it right here, chat. That's what I'm saying. Willie D on bullshit, man. That's the shit I be hating. That's the shit I don't like, man. I don't like stuff like that. This is the knife. Yeah, it's a tool. It has a little flashlight, a bottle opener, and I guess you can cut wires or a box opener with it. He bogus as hell.
It had all of that stuff on it. It was one of those. So, but they made it seem like he just brought a knife to school.
And also, he was suspended for it. He was suspended for having his knife the first time, and he brought it the second time. Now he lost a young man because of this stupidity. Once again, I don't understand how these guys get platforms and just be lying like that, man. But they get paid by the Democratic Party. What's that, the SPLC? Probably get paid by them. Straight lying, man.
Oh, man, they ran with it. Where was the defense? The defense didn't do anything, man. They say the defense probably objected like one time. One time in a murder case? You reject one time in a murder case? Get out of here, man. Come on, family. Come on.
Yeah. So you seen that, you heard that. Again, it's just so hilarious to me. And it's kind of sad and it's frustrating at the same time, right? It's all of that at the same time. Again, it's hilarious because Willie D clearly thinks his audience is so stupid that he can literally say anything on his channel of over 1 million followers.
Felon, okay? Yes, sir.
And, he's totally fine with putting it out there for the world because he knows that he has a following of low IQ blacks who are just going to eat up anything that he says as long as it agrees with their worldview. Doesn't matter if it's actually grounded in facts and reality. Doesn't matter if there's any evidence behind it to back it up. Doesn't matter. Okay, as long as he's saying what the low IQ blacks want to hear, then hey, it is what it is. Nobody's questioning him, even though none of this stuff that he said was presented at trial. The defense didn't present that. The prosecution didn't present that. There is no testimony whatsoever to suggest that Carmelo Anthony was pushed to the ground or that Austin Metcalf delivered Carmelo. None of that happened. Right? But according to these people, that happened because random black people, including pedophiles, went and saw the footage and they came out and they said, see, family, they railroaded Carmelo. The video is as clear as day. The Metcalf boys tried to jump Carmelo. They were bullied. Even though everybody else who's seen the video has said the video is not that clear. The video does not clearly show what happened. It doesn't clearly show Austin Metcalf being stabbed or, Austin Metcalf attacking Carmelo or jumping Carmelo. It doesn't show any of that stuff. Okay, but again, we live in a world where these people believe unfalsifiable conspiracy theories. That's what we're working with here, an unfalsifiable conspiracy theory. It doesn't matter how much evidence comes out. It doesn't matter if the video comes out. If the video comes out and...
So you can just Google this shit and it'll tell you. Probably can't get the focus, but yeah. Can't get the focus yet. But they were saying that, yes, Carmelo Anthony was suspended prior to the fatal incident.
It doesn't show what the pro-blacks wanted to show. What they're going to say is, well, see, that's just a part of the conspiracy theory, right? They're not releasing all the video. There's another video that's clear as day out there, right? That show that Carmelo was being bullied, okay? So, they're going to stick with this. They're going to keep this grift going until it eventually runs its course. Eventually it will. These people are going to realize very quickly that Carmelo is not getting out of jail. Okay, his appeal is not going to work. He's going to serve his time, okay? So if you're a black person and you actually speak up against this and you actually deal with facts and reality and not push false conspiracy theories, then you're subject to attack, right? There's been a whole lot of backlash against Stephen A. Smith, who had a decent take on Carmelo's situation. And because he had a decent take on a situation involving a black person being the aggressor, okay, being a murderer Of course, he's getting a whole lot of backlash for it, and he has to do his patented walk back, right, tap dance, because of the backlash from the pro-black, which is what Stephen A. always does, right, every single time. And Stephen A. is going to say something here in his interview with Laura Coates that I think is a great example of the Stephen A. walk back happening in real time, because this guy is so afraid of backlash from the pro-black mob. It just makes him look silly. So without further ado, let's get into the Stephen A. walk back here.
Last question, piggybacking right off of that. I don't mind being corrected at all. You know me, I'm open-minded. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I'll correct it. It's no problem. My position when I first learned about this, because I hadn't been following the case, and I spoke about this Friday, and a lot of people have had comments about it.
Mentally me, man. I'm glad you're here, man. Blessings to you, man. I'm glad God kept you on this earth. Wow. Multiple times been stabbed. Wow.
It was simply this.
Yeah. So keep in mind, Stephen A.'s comments on Friday, which were fine, right? His comments that upset the black mob, he hasn't been following the case. So he only started talking about it because it is going super duper viral, right? The verdict is in, and he just learned about the case, and he learned about the case not from the pro-blackly blacks online, right? He learned about it from actually reading what happened, okay? From credible journalists and credible sources that were covering the trial. And because of that, he had a good take, right? His take was fine on Friday, but because of that, again, he got backlash from the pro-black mob, and now he's going to do the walk back.
My heart goes out to Carmelo Anthony because he's been sentenced to 35 years and isn't eligible for parole before 17 years have been served, unless he's successful on an appeal. His life has been essentially destroyed.
He never apologized. The family never apologized. Jeez, that's crazy. All he had to do was apologize.
But he's still alive, and Austin Metcalf is not. And so as a result of that, my attitude was, look, I don't think the 35-year sentence for a first-time offender at the age of 17 is fair. I think that's a bit too excessive, too egregious, especially when he wasn't judged, in my estimation, by a jury of his peers. Even though,
come on, Stephen A. God dang it, man. There was a jury of his peers. They from his neighborhood. It doesn't matter if it was black, Chinese, whatever. They was from his neighborhood. And it doesn't matter if they was black. Idiot. Wrong is wrong. So y'all, you think it's going to be a black jury, he don't get less sentences? He would have got less sentence if he took the plea deal. He didn't take no plea deal. We had a less sentence. And they never apologized. Period. They went straight victimhood BS.
There's no mandatory racial dynamic or demographic that needs to make up a jury.
Murder is murder.
But the other side to it, I quoted his father. When his father was saying, everybody thinks about it as grief. It's grief. He said, you know what it is? It's rage. That's what it is. And essentially what he was saying is that I sent my son to attract me, and he never came home. And you've got to take that into consideration as well. So I don't like the 35-year sentence. And I think that needs to be probed to some degree. But in the same breath, a kid was killed.
This guy's an idiot.
Amazing, Stephen A. Amazing. Again, he does his walk back every single time. Every single time. It's the same pattern with Stephen A. He will say something correct. He will be correct in his first take, right? And then the second take, after the backlash, he's now peddling the conspiracy theories from the pro-black.
So what it is, you know what I'm saying? He on that BS because, they keep on saying the Metcalf family was bullies, they was racist. And I guess he gonna hang on to that narrative to justify that Carmelo stabbed him. No, that's not how that works, man.
Who have been in his ear. See, fam, what you don't understand is that Carmelo wasn't judged by a jury of his peers. Now, what does that actually mean, Stephen A? Stephen A acknowledges that jury of your peers does not mean that you're entitled to an all-black jury. So what's the problem, Stephen A? The only reason black people or no black people were on the jury is because black people could not present themselves as unbiased, right? They're the ones that
said it.
Going into court talking about, we can't send that brother to prison. He's a baby. We can't put him in prison because he's black. Black people were the one who showed up in court openly racist, right? Showing their racial bias that disqualified them.
Yep.
Okay?
No excuse.
So why is it that Stephen A is peddling this talking point that Carmelo wasn't judged by a jury of his peers? Stephen A acknowledges in the next breath that, hey, yeah, that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the racial makeup of the jury. So, again, you got to come up with something, Stephen A. Like, what do you mean that he wasn't judged by a jury of his peers? See, what he's trying to do is that he's throwing a bone to the pro-black.
Yep.
Right? He's throwing a bone to him. He said, well, see, look, I think there's some problems here, guys. So, my heart goes out to Carmelo. I think that 35 years was too long. He's a first-time offender. Well, his first offense was murder. What are you talking about, Stephen A? What are you talking about? Again, this is the type of stuff that pisses me off about Stephen A. This type of stuff that he needs to be called out on.
Yep.
Because he does this every single time. It doesn't matter what it is. When it involves black folks, Stephen A will get it correct first, and then he'll do the slow walk back. He'll do the splaining. He'll do the tap dancing after he gets backlash from the pro-black mob. And it's the same pattern every single time. And he just ends up sounding stupid when he does it. Just like he just sounded stupid talking about, well, I didn't think that Carmelo was judged by a jury of his peers, even though I know that he's not entitled to having a certain racial makeup of people on the jury. In my estimation, he wasn't judged by a jury of his peers. Again, you have to explain that. You can't just say that you don't think he was judged by a jury of his peers and then go on to say in the next breath, well, I know that he's not entitled to any sort of racial makeup of the jury. Okay, so if you know that, then what are you saying, right? Like, why exactly do you believe that he was not judged by a jury of his peers?
Hey, babe.
Again, Stephen A is saying this because this is a talking point from the pro-black mob. He's throwing them a bone. He's saying, look, guys, I think there's some problems with this too, right? That's what he's doing. And it's pathetic because they're still going to call Stephen A a sellout. They're still going to say he ain't black. He tap dancing for the white man, that he's MAGA. But here's the thing, right? Stephen A, if you really got a problem with Carmelo's 35 years because he's a first-time offender murderer, right? Which, again, just sounds so stupid for him to say. If you really feel that way, Stephen A, then you should be directing your anger towards Carmelo's parents. You should be directing your anger towards the pro-black mob. You should be directing your anger towards the race hustler council that Carmelo had that basically made money off of Carmelo. Let's be honest. Dominique Alexander and Carmelo's parents sold out Carmelo. They gave him more years in prison in order to raise money off of this murder. That's what happened. Because had they shown any remorse, had Carmelo apologized, had he took the stand and explained himself to the jury, again, in an apologetic, remorseful way, had he took a plea deal, okay, he'd probably be doing 10 to 15 years. Had they accepted Jeff Metcalf's open invitation to reconcile this, right, as families, he wouldn't be doing 35 years.
Yeah, I'm going to sign it.
So if you got a problem with the sentence, Stephen, if you feel that the sentence is too harsh and that it should be investigated, right, which is what he's saying, it should be looked into, look into the parents. Look into Dominique Alexander. That's where you need to go, Stephen A, with your commentary. If you really want to get down to why Carmelo is doing 35, it's his parents. It's the people around him who sold him out over what was clearly a murder. Clearly a murder. They should have apologized and pleaded almost immediately. Carmelo will be doing 10 years. But because they allowed these lies to proliferate, because they wanted to keep running with the non-existent self-defense narrative, again, based off lies and falsehoods and conspiracy theories, Carmelo is doing 35 because of it. And like I said, all these people like Willie D.
Sleepy Time Videos, welcome to the chat.
And others are getting rich off of it. They get rich off of it. While claiming that they care about Carmelo. They fight for Carmelo. They're not fighting for Carmelo.
Yeah. They should apologize. So, yeah, he deserved more time because he didn't apologize. He didn't take the stand. They played the victim. It's on them. That's their fault. on them.
For their pockets. And they're using Carmelo as a way to do it. They're adding on years to Carmelo's sentence, right?
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's what.
I think the father said if when Anthony get his first parole, he's going to be right there to deny it because they still haven't apologized. The father's still playing a victim, man. Fake, straight beta. Damn.
What Stephen A. really should be talking about.
Thank you.
He's upset about Carmelo's sentence and why he's doing 35. It's the parents. The parents are the reason why
I gotta get
he's
some
doing
more.
35. I mean, first and foremost, it's Carmelo who committed the act of murder, right?
I need
His
two
own
more to
actions
get.
are the reason why, first and foremost. But again, after what he did, the family handled it in the worst way possible.
Idiots.
But again, Stephen A. is giving breathing room to the pro-black mob on this idea that somehow this was unfair. Oh, well, see, he wasn't really judged by a jury of his peers. Oh, I feel like 35 years was excessive. And it's like, Stephen A., stop doing that. I know what you're doing. I know, Stephen A. Why are you doing this?
Why?
Stop. You don't need to do this. Just call it what it is. Carmelo's lucky he didn't get life. In my opinion, he should have got life, considering how they showed no remorse whatsoever. They refused to acknowledge the truth. They continue to allow the lies to proliferate. Yeah, he should have got life. Right? In my opinion.
Come on, Charlie. He did not lose the war, man. Do your research.
Is it's still pretty bad. It's still pretty harsh. But again, to say that it's too long.
Charlie James, where was your energy at when Obama gave him $1 billion? Where was your energy for that?
It's too much. He wasn't judged by jury of peers. Again, all this is a bow to the pro-black mob. And it's pathetic. It really is. He does it every single time.
And all that happened prior to that was a show.
Hey, Charlie James, I'm gonna debunk that right quick. Just stay in the chat. Don't block him, chat. Let him stay in the chat right quick. I'm gonna prove him wrong.
And because of that, he was killed. And there's no getting around that. And you have a lot of folks out there that's been in an uproar in regards to that. Have I said anything wrong?
I have not, in my estimation, based on the facts that came in.
Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's grow. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting that. Thank you. Oh, man. I was at 2,100 almost. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Said anything that the prosecution did not present to a jury and allow them to judge. And I think in what is important here, I myself am a track mom, right? I have been a track meet.
The size of this. And there's the white smoke. Yes. The white smoke means that they've chosen a peace deal. Peace deal.
Yeah, do you like it?
Do your research, Charlie James. Do your research, man. Stop jumping in people's chat. They don't know what you're talking about.
So, as you heard there, a deal has been reached with Iran, and this is going to spell absolute doom for the Democrat Party. But before we get into that,
Hey, people, you guys that's jumping in people's chats, do y'all research before y'all just jump in chat saying anything stupid. Please read the chat, watch the video, watch the person, see what they talking about. So just jumping in saying stupid shit. And then also when it comes to these words, coon and all that, that came from the Democrats. Y'all using slave masters words. Get off the plantation. I'm glad to be a coon. That means I'm doing something right. On the real. And somebody on Instagram got I think a hat and t-shirt he probably selling called Super Coon. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and continue.
let's talk about what just happened on Uncle Trump's birthday. Check it out.
For oil to start flowing again, sending stocks soaring.
And we have team coverage for you this morning. We have Aisha Hasni. She is live in Geneva, Switzerland, with how this will impact the G7 summit. But first, we're going to start with Trey Yinks. He is live in Israel with the latest on this historic peace deal. Trey.
You in the chat still, Charlie James?
After more than 100 days in a state of war, a deal has been reached between the United States and Iran. President Trump taking to Truth Social overnight saying, quote, "This great deal will bring peace and security to the whole region. Many presidents have tried to make peace with Iran and all have failed before me. The leaders of the region have, for the first time, found a president who can help them achieve real peace. With the opening of the strait upon the signing of the deal on Friday, for purposes of mine removal, oil will flow on both ends again for the region and the world. A signing ceremony is set to take place
Research for nigga asking yourself. Good one, Sleepy Time video. Good one.
Derailed. The Israelis targeted Hezbollah with strikes in the Lebanese capital of Beirut. Iranian officials immediately vowed to respond with missile fire toward Israel. A diplomat with knowledge of the situation told Fox News that Qatari mediators stayed in Tehran conducting intensive negotiations coordinated with the United States. Vice President Vance described to Fox News what those final moments were like before the agreement was reached. Could you take us behind the scenes of what that moment was like leading up to this deal actually being signed?
After the Israelis struck Beirut, we were very worried, and we saw a lot of evidence that the Iranians were going to launch a large number of missiles at the Israelis. With our communication with them over the course of getting to this signed peace deal, they assured us that they were not going to respond to the Israelis, and they were going to sign this agreement and get to peace. Now, of course, you always have to verify these things, Trey, and we know that there are a lot of people in the Middle East who do not want to make this deal happen.
I spoke with President Trump before the deal was reached, and he was optimistic about what this agreement means for the region. The president also got directly involved to ensure that the Iranians didn't launch missiles at Israel and derail the deal. Guys?
Hey, Trey, the problem is the IRGC had Bahidi. He is now in charge, a 67-year-old guy who we already have sanctions on. And this is the guy that evidently is pushing back against the foreign minister and others who are negotiating with us. So we're trying to get a deal with Iran who's not trustworthy. And within Iran, they have disagreements on what to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There is a real division inside the Iranian regime. And I think back to last week when the president spoke from the Situation Room with Fox News, and he and the vice president described how they've had to navigate this difficult reality inside of Iran. You have these relatively more moderate voices like the parliament speaker Kalibov and also the president Masoud Pezeshkian, but then you have these hardliners in the IRGC that want to continue the war against the United States. And it's important to remember here, not only during Operation Epic Fury was the Iranian military decimated, those production lines that give those individuals in the IRGC the ability to restock their missile and drone supply were also destroyed. And so the Iranians have much less leverage than they had 3 months ago. Also, it's important to note the Iranians didn't get what they want out of the negotiations. Remember, they entered into these talks with the United States demanding that all U.S. forces leave bases across the Middle East. And they didn't get that. Ultimately, U.S. forces will stay in Bahrain, where the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet is based. And also, you have a situation where there are other locations, including the Al Udeid base in Qatar, where thousands of U.S. forces will remain. And so the president maintains the ability to use military force if the Iranians step back from the agreement, but also worked out within this deal is leverage on the regime. They're not going to get sanctions relief unless they adhere to their end of the deal. And that means keeping the Strait of Hormuz open for the free flow of international shipping and also entering into these detailed discussions that will ultimately dilute or destroy the highly enriched uranium that is buried deep underground inside of Iranian territory.
A deal has been reached, and it is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful for a multitude of reasons, but here is one of those reasons. Check it out.
Inflation to come down between now and
when the war is over?
Yes.
It's coming down.
I know you can't.
It's going to come down like a rock. And again, we're taking out millions, which I'm just announcing today for the first time. But we've been taking out millions of barrels of oil. Millions of barrels. Every night we took out oil. But now I'm going to tell you because they just figured it out. So now that they figured it out, I can tell you. It was very hard for me. I wanted to say it so badly, but I didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, you can be in my chat. I don't care. I might be a MAGA supporter. You guys may not be, but it's all cool with me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't no bot and not being hateful to nobody. I respect everybody's opinion. That right there, Trump's a terrorist. Really, bro? The man about to be president for about almost going on 8 years. How are you a terrorist? 75 million people voted for him 3 times. Come on, man. What else you got, Hypernova? Which is a Hypernova, Steve? What else you got besides Trump is a terrorist? What makes him a terrorist? Did you see the weekend? Did you see how this week went by with his birthday? His birthday was a bomb. It was epic. Planes flying over the White House, bald eagle soaring over the crowd, everybody chanting USA, USA. I never heard a Democrat Party ever chant USA or they love America. Democrat Party always claiming and crying victim. So, Steve, are you a victim? Because Trump not a terrorist.
But it was very hard. But millions of barrels of oil has come out. And that's why it's at $85, $90 a barrel instead of $250. But we have the greatest military in the world, the toughest military in the world, just the best in every way.
USA,
Nobody even
baby.
close. There's no military that's even close. I rebuilt it during my first term. I'm using it now. When this conflict is over, Todd said, please go to conflict, right? As opposed to the word. He didn't like that.
Trump sending the military into the streets, violating and hurting. What are you talking about, man? You talking about ICE? If you talking about ICE, man, leave the chat then, man. Because you on monkey ball. ICE is for us, man. ICE do a lot of stuff, more than we know of.
It's sort of a conflict. It's a military operation. When it's over, you will see oil drop to where it was before.
Yeah, he is correct. Because that is exactly what...
For the chat, is Judge Dredd Marvel or DC? It's neither. It's a British comic.
Prices are currently
Florida, what up, man?
on track to do.
We growing.
Average for gases dip below $4 a gallon.
Almost at
as road
2100.
trip season heats up. Elizabeth Schulze is at a gas station in Washington, D.C. Good morning to you, Elizabeth.
Good morning to you, Robin. Oil prices are sharply lower this morning on new.
You are voting for Jim Crow at this point. Hey, man. Let me get it. Hey, Brian. That's why I started with this. Jim Crow 2.0 that Chuck Schumer is talking about, it's not about Americans. We all got our IDs, birth certificate, marriage license. Those were the immigrants, were illegals that's coming over here the bogus way. It's not about us, man. Get off the plantation, bro. Get off the plantation. They are not lockable Americans. And they did, they can sue them. Sue the pants out of ICE if any American get locked up or detained. And that's not happening. Where you get your information from, man? It's a civil fraction. What? It's like a speeding ticket. You still broke the law. Come on, Brian. You still broke the law. Ain't in this civic fraction. That's that BS, man. You broke the law. You came here the wrong way. Come the right way. Like everybody else that did. They waited in line. They got here. They did the paperwork. They understand the Constitution, and they assimilated here. I understand why you guys want these illegals coming over here. They can't read. They can't write. You know what I'm saying? And he on BS. They broke the law getting here. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm trying to say, Larry, Mitch. I'm just saying, people talking about Americans getting locked up. That's not happening. And if you get your paperwork together, you're gonna get sent away. These people been here for 30 years and they did no paperwork. Now they upset because they took them back, you know what I'm saying, back to where they came from. You've been here for over 30 years, you didn't get your paperwork together, right? Yeah, take your ass up out of here. Well, he has a family, he has a job, yeah, but you didn't fully assimilate. I'm just talking ranting and raving, man. Just ranting and raving, Larry. But you get tired of these people going to my saying Americans are getting snatched up. That's not happening. And they did sue them or whatever. 2 Americans sentenced American by ICE. So let me get it. Pretty good. Those 2 people. How you gonna go to somebody's job and cause chaos? You can't interfere with ICE doing their job. For 3 minutes, good. For 3 minutes, honking her horn, her and her boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever wife she's supposed to be to her, blocking up traffic, causing chaos. Do y'all research. A 3-minute video of her honking her horn, causing chaos. ICE approached her. He said, "Get out the car." She tried to drive off. And in doing that, she hit an officer. What she should have did was obeyed and complied. Get out the car. Simple. But she didn't want to do that. She wanted to drive off. Now, I'm pretty sure she drove off. I'm pretty sure ICE would have had got her license plates and pretty sure eventually got her arrested. You can't obstruct, what they call obstruct what they doing. Black scholars, what you talking about? Where you live at, man? Thank you. Thank you. Really, Lee? Come on, Larry. What's going on, man?
News of that deal to reopen shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, and already we are seeing some relief here at the gas pump. The national average for a gallon of regular gas now $3.99. It's the first time it's been below $4 since April, and about half.
So gas prices already beginning to drop overnight, instantly. Okay. And the deal was just struck, okay, was just done. And so this is one of the things that Democrats have been relying on, is, saying that the gas prices and the war.
Again, Larry, I was just expressing myself. I know you can't do that, man. Get this guy up out of here, man.
And, Trump said no more wars and blah, blah, blah. And now that is basically taken off the table. And Democrats were already struggling. Even CNN had to admit it, and I don't think CNN's numbers are quite correct. But check it out.
I mean, just take a look here. Okay, this is Congress National June polls, Dem leads, and this is NBC News, midterm years with the GOP press. Look at this. They're up by 5 points, but that's half the lead they had back in 2018 when it was 10 points, and less than half the lead they had back in 2006 with 11 points when Democrats took back the House in both of those years. And now the Democratic lead is on a single hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And it's this type of lead where you say, you know what, Democrats are ahead, but don't count your chickens just quite yet.
And Harry, we're talking about this. As time goes on, you and I have kept on looking at these numbers saying it just doesn't look like the numbers we've seen when there had been waves of Democrats in the past. What are the trends in the other polls?
Yeah, okay, so this is not just one poll in which we are seeing this. There is this group of pollsters that are out there that are just not showing the wave you might expect given where the president's approval rating is. Okay, what are we talking about? We're talking about NBC, Marquette University Law School, and Ipsos. Look at where they were January and February, and look at where they are May and June. NBC, down a point. MU Law, down 3 points. Ipsos, basically staying the same. So the Democrats hold these leads, but again, you have this group of pollsters that are out there where this lead, simply put, is not matching what you might expect if you're expecting.
Thank you, Travis. You see this trash, man? They keep on defending Pretty and Good. Like, these people are fucking losers, man. Just stay at home. How you gonna wake up, get your whistle, get your horn, and go out there and start causing chaos?
A Democratic wave. And that's sort of in a vacuum.
Now, I want to highlight something. Some of these pollsters are the same pollsters who were telling us before the 2024 election that Kamala Harris was up in the polls and she was leading. We all know how that turned out. She lost every single swing state and lost the popular vote, which a Republican hadn't won in over 2 decades. But the pollsters all said that she was projected to win. You guys remember the famous Iowa poll? Oh my goodness, Ann Seltzer. Oh my goodness, Trump's going to lose Iowa. Kamala's going to win. No! Didn't work. So, not only that, but now, even them, they're having to drop their numbers. From 4-1, from 6-5, this one's 3-3, but still, even they're dropping their numbers. And now, gas prices are about to be down, which brings the cost of everything down, because obviously fuel is a cost that is baked into, the price of goods, because it takes fuel.
Most Democrats, they don't even know that every president since 9/11 has conducted ICE raids all around the country, including their beloved President Obama. And now while Obama beefed up his deportation numbers by counting those turned away at the border, he technically still deported millions of illegal aliens, no protesting from the radical left. And according to Pew Research, most of those deported, they were non-criminals. But here's how fake news CNN covered Barack Obama and his ICE raids back in 2016. Pay close attention to the difference.
Just before the sun rises in the Windy City, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents fan out across Chicago to arrest criminals in the U.S. illegally.
Tech 1, Tech 2, Tech 3.
CNN was granted exclusive access to witness some of those raids.
They want to come out extra early, like right now, because they want to catch these people before they go to work. That's why it starts so early in the morning.
All right, let's roll, guys.
Now compare that to the current coverage of ICE raids under President Donald J. Trump. Take a look.
They are going in and ripping, as you said, people that have grown up here, also hardworking people. This is about a secret police force that Donald Trump and the Republicans have unleashed on American streets and cities.
Most Democrats, they don't even know that.
Insane, everybody. Insane. Tom Homan, same guy Obama had. Same guy. What's going on, chat? Amazing.
Quick, which president of the United States deported more illegal aliens than any other president in American history? I'll give you a quick hint. It was not Donald Trump.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws. If you're a criminal, you'll be deported.
Won't you at least consider unilaterally freezing deportations for the parents of deferred action kids?
Here's the problem that I have, Jose. My job in the executive branch is supposed to be to carry out the laws that are passed.
President Obama deported over 3 million people. And unlike today, when he was doing it, the media literally went along for the ride.
We got here and there was a lot of action almost immediately.
We came in, saw the individual, we had eyes on our target. He was able to come out of the business for us. We were to apprehend him without incident. At the same time, we also brought out his brother, who also is believed to be illegal in the United States. We were able to run him on our portable fingerprint scanner. He did have a hit with DHS, so he's been previously encountered.
With us now, former director under President Obama of ICE, John Sandwig. It's good to see you, sir. Let's take out what's happening during these protests, so not what the cameras are seeing. Is what ICE is doing now materially different than what it was doing in the Obama administration?
Yeah, Leland, I think there are some key differences. There's certainly things that ICE is doing today that overlaps, but let me break down for you quickly where ICE's arrest happened during the Obama administration, and really through the Trump administration, the Biden administration, and up until the summer of 2025.
Yeah, they all cousins, yeah.
The majority of ICE arrests under Obama actually happened at the border. So these were individuals who were apprehended by Border Patrol.
They were slave owners too. They passed where they
take custody of them.
Yeah.
The second biggest tranche would be people who are already in prison or jail. So these were not arrests happening out in the streets, but of individuals taking custody of them when they were in a state prison, a federal prison, or jail. And then in those at-large ones, where there's that, similar to what you're seeing today, where ICE agents are making arrests on the streets, those were incredibly targeted, Leland. There was a lot of vetting of the individual's criminal history before the teams would go out, and they were laser focused on that target, not going out there trying to round everybody up. We're seeing today tactics that are much designed to grab more people, but they're less targeted, and that is a major piece of the problems that I think we're seeing in these images that we're seeing on the screen now.
The flip side, though, is that the protesters, resistance agitators, whatever you want to call them,
right,
they don't seem to be making a distinction.
only president don't have that background is Trump.
I'm thinking that if the same kind of people had been coming out and resisting or fighting with ICE when you
hell, even The View, Sonny Hostin, her people were slave owners. Sonny Hostin from The View.
Would CNN, you think, have covered it the same way?
I don't know, Leland. I'll tell you this. I think the agents, they have it incredibly difficult. I think there are a lot of reasons for that, and I think a lot of missteps for that. There's been an erosion of trust between the public and the department. I have to say, Leland, I do think that the statements that come out after this weekend and following the Ms. Good shooting don't help the matter, right? Where you rush out and give a narrative of events that is quickly disproven. But the bottom line is there's no question the agents today have a much more difficult job. I mean, in the public at times, there's some of these arrests.
Whose fault is that, you think? Is that the public's fault? Is that the media's fault? Is that sort of these groups now that are trying to foment resistance rather than protesting the laws?
I think it's a lot of things. Listen, the Trump administration is saying we're going to enforce the laws against everybody, right? And I'm not sure that there's public support for that, right? There's widespread public support for focusing on the criminal populations. But this administration, and there's some people who say we're just focused on the worst, that's nonsense. But there are plenty in the administration who are honest that this is about a mass deportation effort to get everybody off the streets. That is always going to trigger protests. Leland, there's technology that's made things that made it more easy for these protesters to activate. And then finally, I would say, I think some, like I said at the outset, some other mistakes have been made, including the use of the Border Patrol. And I want to emphasize that's a critical distinction in these urban environments, pulling them up off the border and putting them in cities. And some of these aggressive confrontations, have been with these Border Patrol agents who just aren't, they're not trained they don't deal with protesters down on the border. They deal with drug cartel mules.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
It's a great point. Look, our reporting now is that Border Patrol is being pulled out.
Yeah.
But to be fair here, I think it's about
anything, anywhere. So gas prices are about to be down, which is what people. I know it sounds simplistic, but one of the things that I feel like I've learned, dealing with politics, is that if gas prices are pretty good, you're more than likely going to win the election. If they're bad, though, you about to catch hell. Okay?
We're going to come together, y'all. That's all it's about, coming together.
Amongst other things, right? There was a lot of other things going on as well, but gas prices were absolutely terrible. And once these gas prices come down with Uncle Trump, I think we got to win in the bag. Now, obviously, we still got to show up and vote. We still got to show up. All of this means a hill of beans if we don't show up and vote. But if we do show up the way that we're supposed to, and gas prices are down, we win. And that's exactly where it looks like we're heading right now. I mean, gas prices have already absolutely plummeted overnight, and that is just less than 24 hours after the deal has been struck, and they will continue to drop as, more and more ships are able to get to where they need to get to. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff on the horizon. The Senate poll has shifted back into our favor. So it looks like we're going to keep the Senate. And now it looks like we're going to keep the House as well. So that is going to be absolutely fantastic. And it's going to be interesting to watch the Democrat fallout from